Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on this beautiful planet of ours. How is everybody? All good, I'm hoping? All right, fantastic. So, let's see how are we looking on the live stream? Looking pretty good. Okay, welcome everybody. Hello, Hobby Time. Welcome there in chat. You're in there nice and early. That's good. Welcome to Chiang Mai, up in Chiang Mai in northern Thailand. It's a really nice day today. Overcast, cloudy, but that's keeping the temperature down. So it's, what can I say? It's really comfortable temperature. It's about, I would say, about close to about 31 degrees at 9 a.m. in the morning here. And I'm sorry if there's a bit of noise in the background you might hear. I got my window open and my fan going to circulate the air in here, and I do overlook one of the main streets that come through the province here heading into the city. So anyway, so yeah, the weather is good. So how's the weather where you are? Let me know in the chat. And for those who may be watching the replay of this, thank you for coming in and watching. That's fantastic. And don't forget, you can always join now. There's memberships available only for the cost of a cappuccino a month, $5 Aussie, not much, but it helps me a lot. And there's other ways down there in the description below. So yeah, don't forget to give us a thumbs up as well. And if you are watching a replay of this, your comments are welcome also for whatever we talk about. And I've got a few things we're going to talk about today. But anywhere, at any time, if you like to just come in and have any questions or anything like that, then you're welcome to let me know. Particularly on the last video. Last video had quite a bit of interest. It was all about the process of renewing your passport visas. So when you're living here in Thailand, and I guess most countries are the same, and your passport either runs out of pages and you've got to renew it, or just comes up to its expiry date, which a good point I might make is that you don't want your passport to get under 6 months, okay, because most countries, including Thailand, can deny entry if you have less than 6 months validity on your passport. You may not have any plans to go anywhere, but you never know when you might have to shoot back to your own country for some reason and find you've got a bit of a problem. So yeah, I renewed my passport, Australian passport, and I had to transfer, and I'll show you exactly. My stamps, my current stamps for Thailand, had to be transferred at immigration into the new passport. Okay, so which is good. I like keeping my passport. I've got my stamps from pretty much all over the world. I've been in Africa and everything, so it's always good to keep hold of your passports. But hello, Model Tank Guy. Welcome, mate. Good to see you there. So yeah, so the retirement, this is the old passport, okay, so the retirement visa, you can see here, which is valid till the end of May, the 20th of May next year, and including the entry visa, and I think possibly the stay permit that they highlighted, needed to be moved across into my new passport. And here we go with my new passport, and of course I'm not going to show my details on here, but I've covered up my passport number, but that's what it looks like after they've done the transfer. So new stamps in there, taking up 2 pages, the extension of stay permit, which is your retirement visa, and your entry stamp details are all in there. Now, excuse me, What isn't in there is the TM30, which is still in the old passport. What I'll do is, I'm about to next week go and do my, hello Wazza, how are you mate, welcome. I'm about to go next week and do my first 90-day reporting. And you need this is what they call the a TM30, all right, which is what this is. And what they do is they stamp a date on there. Mine's the, sorry, I'll get that right. Mine's the 4th of August. All right, now you can go and do your 90-day reporting 2 weeks before that date and up to a week after that date. So plenty of time. And what they'll do is they'll replace that with another piece of paper with 90 days date stamped in there, and that'll go on into my new passport. All right, that'll go into the new passport. And also in here is another piece of paper. Sorry, this one here. That was just the one telling you about the 90-day reporting and showing your next date. This is the actual TM30 that you keep in your passport all the time. Many times that needs to be there for different reasons. And that just basically is proof of your where you live. It just states that you where your stay, your place of residence or stay is. So that will probably also get moved to the new passport. I'll be taking both the old passport, which is invalid now because I've been issued with a new one, but I'll be taking them both next week, so that everything will be no problem. Now, there is also a form that you'll have to fill out when you do your 90-day reporting, and that is this one here. Okay, so you can see that. Try not to let it black out. There we go. All right. So it's both in English and Thai. It's quite simple. The only thing that's a little bit confusing is it says your arrivals card number is something to fill out. These days you don't get arrivals cards, and they haven't updated this form. So if you don't know what to write there, just leave it blank. Okay, just leave it blank. For instance, there's a line at the top there, if you can see that, where it says written at. So I'm not sure what location I'm supposed to put written at supposed to be. Underneath is the day, month and year. That's okay, but I don't know what goes in written at. So once again, I'll just leave that blank, because the first time you do your 90-day reporting, you need to do it in person, okay? Now, after that, you can do it online, you can go in there, or you can do it, they have particularly here in Chiang Mai, I'm not sure about other areas, they have a drive-through here, which you can just pull up on your car or motorbike and go to a window, hand over this filled out with your passport, that's it, and they'll just do what they do and then hand it back to you and off you ride or drive. So that'll be the following after this first one. The first one you got to do in person though, okay? And I'm not too sure if that's the first one, 90-day reporting after every 12-month renewal of your visa. I'm not sure if that's the case. The reason I say that is because a lot of people, I've heard reports, having problems doing it online, and most of them, when they can't get it to recognise their details when they submit online, it's because they've renewed their 12 months and they're into the first 90-day report after that first visa renewal, and the system hasn't updated. Okay, so the other 90 days through the year, the other 3 of them should be no problem to do online, but when you have to go in and do your 90-day, do your yearly renewal, you might have a problem with that first 90-day report online. Okay, it all sounds confusing, but it's not really. So yeah, that's all going to happen. Here at the moment we're having a public holiday right now, so all the immigration officers and government buildings, most of them will be closed on Monday, tomorrow. And so I'll be doing this. Doesn't matter, I'm doing it early anyway, but one day next week, probably I'll get it out of the way early on Tuesday or Wednesday. And hopefully that won't take too long. It may, I'm afraid it probably will be a fairly long day, just for the fact that I need to go in and do it. Last week I went in to do, you might have watched my video, to get the stamps transferred across to my new passport. And what I thought would be quite a simple process turned out taking me a good 6 hours. 6 hours there at immigration, with a 3-hour gap that I had to wait while they had their lunch breaks. So, hey, all tied up. G'day, mate, welcome. How's Adelaide? It's a bit cool down there, I would imagine, in the middle of winter. I know Sydney's had some terrible weather. Daz is there. Hello, mate. You're in Chiang Mai too. Good on you, buddy. Good. Ah, lovely coffee. My third coffee this morning. Terrible, aren't I? I don't usually do that. That's it. I won't have any more today. That's my quota done. Yeah. So anyway, so I'm expecting a long day, just for the fact that I'll have to go in and do this at the immigration. Like I said, when I was there, I know that the title of the video for getting your passport immigration stamps transferred to your new passport, I know the title of that film was of that video was the easy way, but it's the easy way for the people who are watching the video and learn from my mistakes. And I made a couple mistakes on that day, but one of them was that I didn't realise at the time when you go in there that you need to get a ticket. Just a tip for anybody in Chiang Mai, because the previous time I've been to the immigration there at the airport immigration, I didn't need to get a ticket because I was there for the residency certificate, okay, which is a different part of the building. So all I had to do was go straight out the back, get photocopies, and then get the residence certificate. There was no need. So I saw the office there, but it's not actually a ticket office, and there's no signage. And the two girls that sit in there have the window closed, and if you just don't even notice. If there's no one standing there, you wouldn't know it was there, and you'll just walk straight through. They've got like a metal detector you walk through, but that looks like it hasn't been used for years. So there's obviously no security checking that. And you got, and Daz has got his 90-day. Your first one as well. Good. Okay. Yes, that's right. It's Monday's closed tomorrow, and the 29th I didn't know about, but I'll go probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, so grab a ticket as you go into there. All right. Now I'm not sure, but I might be able to go to Central Festival Immigration as well. But that place is a little bit I don't think that would be any better, actually. I'm not so familiar with that one. So definitely the airport for me. But yeah, I didn't get a ticket. So by the time I walked over where they have these volunteers sitting down in the document preparation area, all right, which is just, the paperwork is ridiculous, isn't it? Like, and just the process. I mean, there's so many opportunities there to streamline everything. There really is. I don't know, I can't talk for other officers around in Bangkok or Pattaya or Hua Hin or wherever you may be, but to go into an area where you document preparation. I can go to Central, Thailand Heron. Thank you, buddy. Good. That's good to know. That's good to know. You walk in, they've got a couple of volunteers sitting at a table, and then they've got all the paperwork for whatever reason you're coming to the immigration for. Now, if you know what you're doing, and I knew what I was doing with the passport, getting the passport stamps changed, I had my documents. I didn't even go. I walked in and went straight out the back to the photocopy place, handed my old passport where I knew they had to photocopy every page, all right? And the girls know what they have to do anyway. You tell them what you're there for and they know exactly what needs to be photocopied. In my case, it was every page of the passport. It's okay, it's only $3 a page. So the old Australian passport was pretty much almost full, you know, so, and I don't know why they needed every page, but, you know, you don't ask questions, you just do it, pay it. Walked out, went up to that documentation spot because I didn't have the paperwork. It was one page of stuff that I had to fill out. Didn't have that. So I lined up at the volunteers, and because you're dealing with a lot of foreigners, okay, from all over the world, a lot of them, and I don't know, there could have been some Indian people there, there may have been a couple of Chinese people, certainly not many Thai people, but you need to go there first before you can walk into the main building to get your processes done, because they give you a ticket there at the document preparation area at the windows there. All right, so people don't know how to queue is what I'm saying. So I just patiently stood there and waited, and I let people just walk in front of me and get served in front of me, and I just said, no, I'm just going to be cool. And I waited, and then the guy who was sitting behind the desk looked up at me, saw a girl walk over and just walk in front of me to get served, and he's called me straight over. And then he says to me, okay, so he said, take this page and fill it out and bring it back to me. They got some tables there, you can go sit down and fill it out. What happens? Oh, I didn't have a pen, did I? Did they have pens there? No. I had to go back to the photocopy place down the back of the building where they sell pens, okay? Take your pen, take a pen. Tip number 2, I think that is. Yeah, take a pen. So I went down there, bought a pen, came back, sat down, filled out all the paperwork, realised I'd forgotten my glasses, so it took me 3 times as long to be able to read what I was trying to do, but that's okay, I got it done. Got up, walked back, stood at the volunteer table again, just waiting patiently, and again, another person came in front of me. This time a monk came in front of me. Well, that's okay, I think I have no problem with that, all right? So, in fact, I actually let him go in front of me. So, there you go, my good deed for the day. So, mind you, I've been there at, I got there at 9 a.m, okay? It opens at 8:30, but I got there at 9 a.m. It's now 9:30, all right, roughly. I know you can see all this I did on the video, but this is what I did that I couldn't film, okay? So you didn't actually see this if you watched the video I put up. So anyway, I finally got it to him. He looked at it all. He got all my photocopies. He sorted everything out, my passports. He put paper clips on them. And then he asked for my number. And I said, what number? Your ticket. I said, I don't have a ticket. What ticket? He goes, oh, where you came into immigration, there's a window there. You have to go get a ticket. I'm like, really? So he kept my passport and my paperwork. He said, just go over there and get your ticket and come back. I'll hold all this. So I go back to the entrance. The girls are in there. Ticket, please. Passport transfers was the reason. They give me a ticket and then I go back in. Now, this is 45 minutes after I arrived. So I've only just picked up a ticket. I would have been much, much further ahead in the queue if I'd have got that ticket when I first walked into the place. So finally I go back, give him the ticket. He puts that on my paperwork and he says, take a seat and they'll call you to the window. Right, I sit down, I wait. Fortunately not too long because there weren't too many people there, okay? So what I realised was everybody in the documentation area while I was fluffing about was leaving, but they were all going into the building where you actually get the work done, right? So here I am, no problem. After about 15 minutes, I get called up to the window. They call my number. I thought, great. Hello, White Rabbit. How are you, buddy? Welcome. Get to the window, give them all the paperwork. They have that for a few minutes while I'm standing there. Then they give me back all my paperwork with a new ticket, and they say, it's now 11 o'clock, nearly 11 o'clock. It was 11:15 now, okay? So they said, you have to go into the building next door, go to window number 2. At window number 2, they will call your ticket out. Okay, but then she says at 2 o'clock. That's in 3 hours. I said, why 3 hours? She goes, they go into lunch break. They're not taking any more people. Seriously, if I had done the right thing, grabbed the ticket when I first walked into immigration, I would have saved myself so much time. I would have got in there before lunch, their lunch break. All right, maybe. Anyway, so I go off down to Airport Central Shopping Centre, spend 3 hours down there, have some lunch, bought a pair of Nike sand shoes, and came back about 1:45. It's open, I walk in, everybody's in there for all the different windows, for all the different reasons. And I looked at my ticket number up there, and I realised that number 2 window is only doing the T ticket numbers. So say T15 they're up to, say they're up to T10 and I'm T15. So I knew there were 5 people ahead of me. So I thought, that's okay, 5 people ahead of me, I'll be all right. Surely that won't take long from 2 o'clock. Anyway, I'll spare all the details, but yeah, I got out of there 15 minutes before they closed. Yeah, I was there for the whole afternoon waiting for the 4 people in front of me to get processed and get through. So the first 4.5 hours was just getting the documents ready, which I already had, and get that ticket to go in there, and then nobody had even seen my stuff to start changing the stamps across yet, you know. It was frustrating, but it got done. So yeah, and then right at the end, what was funny, hello Sabai and Ty, how are you, buddy? Welcome. Right at the very end, there was the guy, or the lady boy, he was in the ticket office, in the window, finally gave my passport back after I handed it in and had to sit down for another 35, 40 minutes. I said to her, oh, busy day, you having a busy day today? A long day. I said, no, that's right. I said, boy, this is a long day, I said, referring to myself being here since, 9:30, 9:45 this morning, and now it's 4:15 in the afternoon. And you know what she replied back? She says, I've had a long day too. And then it all just fell into place, and I understood exactly what was going on. All those staff behind the windows in immigration, all right, and maybe other businesses too, I'm not sure, but in immigration, they get to work at whatever time they start in the morning, all right, 8:30 in this case, 8:30 in the morning. They know they're going to be sitting in there doing their job until 4:30 when they go home, all right. They don't give a shit at all about anybody out there in the waiting room waiting. Why should they? They're waiting to go home, and they're not going to go home early. So they don't care if you're sitting out there all day, because they're sitting inside all day. So patience is what you really need to have, is a huge amount of patience. Yeah. So how do you think we're going to go, mate? You and me, Dazza, doing our first 90-day report next week. Let's see who gets in and out the quickest. I don't know if you're going to the airport one or Central Festival. I'm going to go to the airport one because, to be honest, I was using, as you know, I used an agent to help me with the whole retirement visa process. And when it came to going there, we were driven there in a car. We met an agent representative at the office. We followed him through the... I swear, man, there was like 1,000 people in there that day. It was shoulder to shoulder. You had to squeeze your way through. And we squeezed our way through into the back office, right up to the front, stood there, got our photo taken, stamped, walked out. We were out of there in 5-10 minutes. And I really don't remember much. It was such a blur. So I'm not going to go in there. Daz is saying drive-through. Okay. You need to check, because my visa agent, who, like you know, and their link's in the description below, I think, is Assist Thai Visa. Okay. Now, they helped me out, and yes, I paid what I had to pay to get my retirement visa done through them. Okay, they do everything by the book, and they make it simple for you. There was no, oh, we'll put money in the bank for you so you cover the 800,000. They won't do that. Okay, you need to go to Patia or find another agent to do that. But the good thing is that I can go up back to them. I've finished with them now. They've done their job, and I'm happy with the result. I got my visa and everything. But they're happy for me to walk in the door anytime with any question on any other subject, and they'll help me. So that time when I went through just last week, getting the passport visas changed across, I walked in there and I checked with her, the girl at the desk, saying, is this all I need to take? Is there anything else? She goes, no, that's fine, that's all you need. And also, to do this, you can't do it at Central Festival. If you're in Chiang Mai, you need to do this at the airport immigration. But anyway, so they all confirmed that for me before I went down there. So, but as for the 90-day reporting, they told me that being the first one, you have to do it in person, and you can't use the drive-through. All right. Now I'll double check on that, because if I can, that would save me so much time. All right. I mean, I'll ask when I get there. I'll ask when I first walk in, because if that's the case, I'll just go back out, jump on my motorbike, and go through the drive-through rather than go through that document preparation area again. You know. So yeah, it doesn't. That's right. Yeah, yeah. I've seen a queue there, but it goes through pretty quick, and sometimes there's not even a queue. Okay. But I am there in person, aren't I? Even at the drive-through. So maybe that could be okay. That might be all right to do that. Hopefully. I never even thought about that. Yeah, you'll find out too. This is Thailand. Exactly right. Exactly right. Anyway, but yeah. So, but if anyone has any questions, I mean. From my experience, it's all good. I've gone through all the major steps since I got here of all the processes that I plan to go through, and right now I think this is the only thing, that 90-day reporting is the only thing that I haven't done before that I have to do for the first time. Everything else is done. I'm really happy about that. Got my driver's license here, I got my residence certificate, I got all the stuff, everything is done. It's great. In fact, there is one thing. Yeah, it probably does. You're right. It is not doing it online. You're right. I think that's right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's right. Dazza, yeah. Dazza. It just clicked who you are, mate. Sorry. I just realised who you are. Me and Dazza met up a couple of weeks ago, and we had a chat about the tax business that everybody's been going on about, taxation laws and so forth here. But he was showing me a bit of research. But it was great to catch up with you, mate, and we'll catch up again for sure. Yeah. In fact, yeah, we'll see. I'm planning to go out there Tuesday. Maybe we can meet up there. We'll see. Anyway, So yeah, the only thing I've got to do now, and if anyone's Australian, there's Aussies there of course, is I have my Australian driver's license. See? So this is my Australian driver's license, and it expires on the 31st of next month. All right, 31st of next month. I want to renew this. So I went online. This is Queensland license. I went on to the website to do the renewal. You can renew it online, which is great. I've already changed my address to my sister's address in Queensland. Okay, that way they can send the license to her, and then she can send it to me here. So all's good. Problem is, there were two problems. You can't do it. There are two reasons why it won't let you renew it online. Okay, one reason is it can't be 6 weeks before it expires. Okay, I'm okay now. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm all right now. So before I try, this is how I found out. So 6 weeks before it expires, it won't let you do it, but it won't tell you that's the reason. It'll give you another reason why it may not be allowing you to renew it, and the other reason is that the photo is too old. Okay, if the photo in that is too old, then you can't do it online. All right, you need to go in to get another photo taken. All right, you can't send them a photo or process it online or anything. No, you have to physically go in and get your photo taken again for your license at one of the offices, which I can't do. I'm not in Queensland, am I? So I am hoping, although I have my doubts, because, you know, how long is a license now? I think these things last 5 years, and I'm fairly sure, I don't remember going in and getting that photo done the last time. I'm not sure. Anyway, so it may be the case that I can't renew my driver's license, okay? And I really want to. Not that I plan to go back to live in Australia, but I will be going back to visit, and I might want to jump on a vehicle and drive, or in my case, I've got motorcycle on here as well, and I don't want to lose that. This is also a handy form of ID for lots of stuff, the bank accounts online and all sorts of things, a valid driver's license, Australian. So what I found out is that one good thing is that even though this may expire, it can be renewed for up to 5 years after it is expired without you having to resit your license. Okay, so I don't have to do my driver's license or motorcycle license again unless I wait more than 5 years, and I'm quite confident that I'll be going back for a visit within 5 years, and I'll just get that done when I do that. All right, so there we go. But of course I won't be able to use this as identification because it will be actually expired. Okay, so there's something to keep a note of if you permanently plan to be overseas for a while. All right, so that's about most of what I had to speak about. If anyone else wants to talk about anything, got any questions or whatever. I did have a slight medical problem this week. Well, I've had it for the last 4 weeks, and I may have mentioned it in my last live stream. My feet were swollen, and I don't know why. My whole life I've never had swollen feet before. Just fluid build up on the feet, in my feet, and a little bit extra concerning because I did have that embolism. A blood clot went through my heart to my lung, and I nearly died at the beginning of the year. So I was a little concerned, although I am taking blood thinners every day, which I might note I've only got 1 more month on those to go, and they will be finished. hopefully will be finished. Cross your fingers for me on that one. But anyway, yeah, so I could feel them. They were just swelling up for quite a few weeks. I tried everything. I even bought a new pair of shoes that were bigger. I tried changing my diet a little bit, but nothing's really changed. It's not as hot as it was earlier in the year. It just got more. I don't know what caused it. Hey, Tony Montana, how are you, buddy? Welcome. Sabai, I just had a mad scramble around for my Aussie license. I'm good until 2029. There you go. Good, you're laughing. Yeah, so I could feel the swelling moving up my leg a little bit around my calf muscle, and I thought, this is no good. I wasn't in any pain or anything, but like I said, I went to the zoo. When did I go to the zoo? Alzheimer's, it's coming on fast, eh? Yeah, a couple of days ago, went to the zoo, Friday. So I did a lot of walking, but what happened was I went to the hospital. I thought, I'll go over to the hospital. I went and saw the doctor. Okay, she was very nice, quite good looking too, actually. Yes, White Rabbit, that was one of the things that were checked. So I went in there, told her about my previous condition with the blood clot and blood thinners. She looked up my history because I've been to that hospital before. And she looked at my feet. She goes, yeah, all right. I want to rule out some things first. So what we want to do is we want to get a chest x-ray. We'll put you through here. We'll get you a chest x-ray. We'll take a blood test. And we'll put you on a cardiograph and just see how all that works out, okay? And I thought, oh, okay then, all right. So she says, do you have any health insurance? And I said, no, I don't. She goes, okay. I said, but I've already asked at where I came in, and I think it's going to cost me about, I think it was 2,000 baht. It was about 2,000 baht. All right, so anyway. So a nurse came in, she called the nurse in, they took me out, went straight to the x-ray, had the chest x-ray done, walked straight past the waiting room for the people there. I don't know why, I don't think I'll get special treatment, but, you know, it was pretty good service in that hospital. It's a private hospital, all right? Maybe that's why. So I got my chest x-ray done, come back out, nurse is there, she says, rightio, we go for blood test. Go for a blood test. Boom, takes me blood, no problem, and comes in, nurse, we go for cardiograph. Go in, there's another nurse there, she was quite good looking too. Lay down there, take my top off, puts all these suction caps all over me, around on my ankles, on my wrists, plugs me in and does the cardiograph, and that prints out all the graphs on it. And then that's done, and then the nurse comes in, she says, okay, you come back in half an hour for your results, we'll see the doctor. Okay, so go back through the waiting room, and I thought, I'll go over to my condo. I live literally across the road. Come over here to grab all my paperwork about my my blood clot. So I had all, so because she asked if she could see all that from Australia. I said, okay, so I grabbed that. Had a drink, walked back over, and then when I walked back over and sat down for about 5 minutes, the nurse comes over to me and says, doctor will see you now. I walk in, see the doctor, there she is. She says to me, she's smiling, and she says, well, good news, your chest x-ray is fine. There's nothing wrong with your heart, your lungs look good, everything's nice and clear, chest x-ray perfect. And I thought, great, that's good to know. She didn't see anything else there. Blood test was fine. Nothing came up on the blood test. Everything was all within the limits, all fine. And then the cardiograph, she brings out this sheet of paper with all the things. She said, nothing wrong, no problem. I said, well, that's all good. I'm glad I haven't got anything else wrong with me I don't know about. But I still got swollen feet. So she says to me, you know, because of your history with the pulmonary edema that I had, that in 99% of cases is usually swelling of one leg, not both. And both refers back to what we've just tested for, and it's not come up with anything. So what she did was she gave me 2 tablets. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 tablets, she says. You cut them in half, you have half a day. Have one when you finish here, when you go back home, have one, right? But don't take the next one till the morning, and only have them in the morning, because what they do is they make you pee. So if you take one at night time, you're going to be up all night peeing. Makes sense. I said, okay. And now she says, I won't be here until Monday, all right? Sorry about that. They got one of those speaker vans going by advertising. I don't know. Maybe it's Thai boxing or something. Translation, anyone? Yeah, I don't know what it is. Anyway, so I got all that, and she says, yeah, take these tablets, and she won't be there till Monday. So if the swelling doesn't go down over the next 3 days, she's made an appointment for me for the heart specialist that will be here on Saturday afternoon. And he'll have a history of all my stuff, and he'll be able to deal with you and sort you out. But if you don't have any problems and the swelling goes down and it's looking better, don't even ring us. Just don't come for the appointment, and that's fine. You don't need to. Just don't show up, and that's okay. All right. The day after I took that tablet, that half pill, right? Like I took it at about the whole process in that hospital. I was in there in an hour and a half and out. Like it took an hour and a half, and I was out of there. I'd seen the doctor twice, had the X-ray, the blood test, the cardiograph. I mean, I'm telling you now, if that was in Australia, all right, for a start, I would have waited. First of all, you wouldn't have been able to go to a private hospital because you don't have private health cover. You would have to go to a public hospital. You would wait at least 4 hours, 5 hours just to see a doctor in the first place, okay? Then getting the X-rays, let alone the results the same day, were very unlikely. You'd have to come back for that. Same with the blood tests. All right, you won't pay for anything in Australia. That would all be covered. But this whole thing, an hour and a half in and out and treated and done, was worth paying the $75 Australian for. All right, definitely. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. Okay. So that included the medication as well. All right, that didn't cost me any extra. Anyway, so I woke up the next morning to take the next half tablet, and I looked at my feet, and the swelling was half what it was. It's gone down. I thought, great, really noticeably gone down. I thought, that damn tablet's working. Took the other half tablet, and then I went to the zoo that day. Okay, put on my new larger size shoes, my Nikes. I walked around that zoo for 3.5 hours, up and down, through the rain, through the snow, you name it. All right, craziness. And my feet were in no pain whatsoever. The shoes were comfortable, all good. I got back here, took my shoes off, and there was even less swelling. All right, and today I can tell you they're a little bit swollen still, but it's definitely all come down. Definitely come down a lot, a real lot. So yeah, I think the problem's solved. I don't know what caused it though, so that's the problem. So if it comes back, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, so we'll see. But yeah, but the hospital here was fantastic. It was really, really good. Sabai saying, I had a similar problem with my legs and feet not long after I got here. Okay, it turns out that it was from doing too much more walking and being very active than I was in Australia. Doctor said to exercise. And that is probably exactly what my problem is, because I was a truck driver, okay? I sat 12 hours a day driving a truck, sitting on my ass all day doing nothing, all right? And then when I was at home, I was sitting in front of the computer playing computer games, or sitting at the bench building my models my plastic models that I do. Exercise? No exercise whatsoever. Okay, none. So you're right, exercise. I've been swimming So since I've been here, I'm doing a lot of swimming. I'm up to doing about 8 laps of the pool now, so I'm improving, and that, and walking does help. So I'm going to walk around a bit more, try not to sit too much, and when I am sitting, this is what the doctor said to me. She said, walking is good for it, walking is good, but when you are sitting down, have your feet up. Just put your feet up. They don't have to be up higher than your heart or anything, but just raise your feet up. Get like a cushion or something. And at night time too, what I do is I lie in bed there and I put a pillow down at the bottom and I put my feet up and I sleep like that. So there you go. See, your job was also sitting on your ass. But yeah, so that's it. That's it. Yeah, walking more and doing some exercise, believe it or not. So yeah. Now I can honestly say that I think they're starting to swell again right now. I can tell you, my feet. Yeah, I'm noticing the right foot has started to swell up a little bit. Now I stopped taking the tablets because she told me just take 2 tablets or a half a tablet a day for 4 days. But the guy, when I went to the dispensary, he gave me 4 tablets. So I put 2 aside just in case it came up again in the future. I'd have those tablets I could take. So I'm waiting. I will see. I mean, today I might go for a walk. I'll go for a walk today. I'll definitely go in the pool today. And maybe do some exercise. Just keep that blood circulating. I don't think it matters what exercise. It doesn't need to be necessarily the legs. So, you know. And strengthen my legs, said exercise and strengthen your legs, and he gave me some anti-inflammatories. Yeah, I have some anti-inflammatories. What's it called? Antihistamine, something like that. I've got a couple of those left. So yeah, but yeah, sitting here in front of the computer editing videos is probably not a good thing to do. So exercise my legs. Yeah, we don't have a gym here at this condo, unfortunately. There is a gym next door I went and inquired about a month ago. They had a pretty good deal. You can sign up for 6 months over there, and it worked out at about I forget the prices now, but it was reasonably cheap. And you could also what could I say? Included with the gym was use of the pool, sauna and spa. Okay, and they're open from 6 a.m. in the morning every day, and you can come and go as you want. And the great thing about the hotel next door is there's hardly anyone there. They get a couple bus loads of tourists there on a weekend. Other than that, most of the time it's empty, and nobody uses the pool. I mean, I've got a good pool here, but maybe I should sit over there, you know. Sabaya saying, I'm hearing you, mate, sitting on my ass editing videos for hours and not on end is not good for my health. I know. And on top of that, I'm playing video games now too. I've always been into video gaming, but now especially, there's a new game come out called Once Human, and it just came out this week. And it's like a survival open world game. It's fantastic. I can't stop playing it. It's great. I got this massive base set up there, and I got all this shit happening. You know, you got to have a hobby, but surely there must be a way I could sit here and exercise at the same time, tap my feet, or I don't know, do something. Yeah. Anyway, because I never had this problem at home. I'm not exercising enough. Yeah, it could be diet as well. I've heard it could be sodium is a thing that can cause it. But I'm not eating any differently to what I have. I'm eating the same things roughly as when I got here, and yet this only came up about a month ago. I can actually show you a photograph of my feet I took a month ago. I showed this to the doctor, and I will see if I can find it here. Where is it? And you'll see just how swollen they were. Here it is. Okay, let me just brighten the phone up a bit so you can see better. There's my, don't mind my toes. There you go. Look at that. That's how swollen my feet were when I went and saw the doctor. Yeah? Doesn't look good, does it? There's no pain at all. No pain. And they're half what they were in those photos. Nothing like that. I even went for a foot massage down there. And that, I think that gave me a bit of relief, made them a little bit better, but I think that was psychological too. I don't think so. When I told the doctor I went for a foot massage, she said, don't waste your money. That's not going to solve the problem. So, yeah. So the foot massage, yeah, I'm not going to bother with that. But you can see, like, that's how they were. Yeah, yours were nowhere near that swollen. Yeah, well, there you go. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know what the tablets were they gave me. I put them away now, but they helped. They did. Yeah, humidity could be it too. See? It's really humid here, especially at night time. Not so much in the day now, but at night it is. Are you eat salt? If not, have a little more salt, really. Yeah? I don't go out of my way. Like, I put salt on my Wheat Bix. Get some salt tablets, you reckon? Yeah? Okay. You know, I have a little bit of salt on things, but not a great deal. And I eat bananas. I haven't eaten a lot lately. I need to eat more bananas. Well, see, then I don't want to eat. Hello, Yaklama. How are you, mate? Welcome. Let me know where you're from. Yeah. High salt levels in your diet and dehydration. Yeah, well, then I wouldn't be going out and eating salt tablets. Wouldn't be a good thing, would it? It's funny, when you go to Google things like this, not a good idea, because there's so many things that can do it. It's like, well, that just makes things even more confusing. Yeah, I was thinking of putting something like, they have these like powders you can mix with your water, like a staminade, and that helps your electrolytes. So I might check and see if 7-Eleven have these things at all. Otherwise, there's a chemist out front. I'm sure that they would sell them. You just get like little packets of them and mix them with the water. I drink a lot of water because I think, well, I have to, because I don't want to be dehydrated. So, yeah, I drink when I'm thirsty. That's what you're supposed to do, you know. Hi, Peter. Mine is due next week as well, but I have done it so many times in the past. I've been living here for 4 years. Yeah. You're from Handong, originally from Melbourne. Oh, good on you, mate. Okay, yeah, Handong's not far from me. I'm on the south east of Chiang Mai. Not too sure what the actual suburb is here. I used to think it was Hangdong, but it's not. Hangdong's 20 minutes to the city. Yeah, mate. Subway's going. Good one, mate. Yes, mate. No problem. No worries. That video is up. You can see that video now if you want to go watch that when you got time. Cheers, mate. Have a good one. All right. Yeah, the next video I'll be doing, I haven't even started the editing, is the Chiang Mai Zoo video. Oh, you're in Nong Khai, Handong. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, nice spot. It's a very popular area there. A lot of people around that area. I think Daza is down there in Handong, if I remember right. Yeah. Sorry, I was reading the comment wrong. That is as a saying, telling him that he is down there. Your neighbours. There you go. Small world. Small world. Gosh. I'll tell you a small world. It's a small world when you've been out of Australia backpacking around the world for about 8 months, and you're in India, and you're in a place called Goa where all the hippies are on the coast, and you're at a big trance party where you're on all sorts of let's say drugs that help you dance all night, and you're sitting there on a bamboo mat with your bottles of water and little Thai Indian ladies cooking stuff there for you, and you know, amongst the hundreds, nearly 1,000 people at this concert with all the trance music going, you know, and all the trees are all done in fluoro, and I'm sitting there, I'm getting comfortable, and I'm moving around. I bump the guy behind me, and I go, "Oh, sorry, mate." I turn around, and it's the guy who lives in the same suburb as I do back home. I'm like, oh wow, just unbelievable. That's a small world, eh? The last place you would ever expect to see somebody that lives in literally 2 streets away. Many Farangs down here, yes. Only more in Pai, yes. Yes. Well, we'll be getting up into the tourist season coming in a few months' time. Be interesting to see how busy it gets up here, around here in Chiang Mai. Yeah, another experience for me to get the lowdown on. I've been offered a friend of mine is heading to Pattaya. He lives out in Korat, which is out in western Thailand. East Thailand. And he's going to Pattaya. He needs to do a few things, and he's visiting a family member. And he asked me if I wanted to meet him down there. And they're going next weekend. I thought, oh geez, should I do it? Should I go? You know, maybe we should put a poll up. Should I go to Pattaya for a week? So I quickly had a look at the airfares. So I can get an airfare, return down to the airport in Rayong, which is about 50 minutes outside of Pattaya, for 4,000 baht on Lion Air return. That's pretty good. That's a good price. It leaves at 2 in the afternoon here and gets there at 4:30 p.m. It's only an hour and a half or 2-hour flight or something. It's not far. Trouble is getting from Rayong, from the airport, into Pattaya. The Pattaya is, the taxis rip you off. The Ubers don't want to take you that far, and there's not many options. So I'm looking at about 400-500 baht getting to Pattaya. I have heard there's possible you can get a bus for 150 baht. We'll see. Then I was going to stay at a hotel in Pattaya. They've put their prices up, and it's not even high season yet. But I do remember that just after COVID and things started opening up again, this particular hotel, I won't say the name of it, but it's right in central Pattaya. It was 600 baht a night. And I was just looking on Google Maps, which was currently updated last month, so recent. And they had a sign outside that hotel showing the price, 750 baht. So it looks like accommodation's gone up. I'm looking on bookings.com. Unfortunately, this particular hotel is not on bookings.com because I've been on bookings.com for many, many years. I'm up in a high genius level. I get quite good discounts and perks with them. But they're not listed on there, so I can't use it. Although the airfare is listed, I can do that through bookings.com, and then I save money and it goes towards my next level, so that's good. Anyway, 750 a night. I'll stay down there for 5 nights, 6 nights. Yeah, 6 nights I think it was. It 7 nights? I don't know. Anyway, tempting. I've sort of gone off the idea. Because then of course there's going out, there's eating and all the rest, and in the end I'm going to spend 15 grand, aren't I? 15,000 baht minimum, all up, and that's girls not included, so that could go up substantially, quite a lot more. So I'm probably not going to have that happen. It was tempting for a while there though. I will be going down to Pattaya next year. I'll probably go down there when it comes time to renew my retirement visa, and I'll be going down to Pattaya to do that and meet up with my friends down there too. So there you go. There is a minibus outside the airport for 300 baht. Okay, yeah, that's okay. $10, just over $10. That's all right. I'm not going to go now. I'm pretty confident I'm not going to go. I was going to celebrate. See, this whole thing came about because I got my tax return done in Australia, okay? So my money came through for my last 6 months of working in Australia. I got a good big tax return because I only worked 6 months of the year and I was paying the highest tax bracket, so I got literally almost every cent of my tax back that I paid. So that was great. I did the transfer through Wise, put it into the Wise account. It took 5 minutes and bang, it's up in my Wise account. And then I did the transfer into my Bangkok bank account and it says it'll show up there within 5 hours. The transfer will be done within 5 hours. And then I got a notification saying that there it is. So boom, there's the money went in. So I thought, oh, I'll celebrate that. But, I was going to go to the pubs here this weekend. Go up to the main street there in Chiang Mai where all the... I don't drink much, all right? I don't drink much. What the hell, So anyway, then my mate rings me and says, you can't go to the pubs this weekend. I go, why? He said, because it's a public holiday and they're all closed. There's no alcohol. They're not serving alcohol. I thought, oh, geez. So he said, I'm going to Pattaya next weekend. Fly down and meet us. We'll have a weekend down there. But that's much, much more expensive with the airfare and accommodation I've got to pay for. So I'm thinking, no. Next week, I'm going to come up. I'm going out. I need to celebrate getting my tax return. I'll blow a bit of money. Who knows? If anybody wants to meet up, let's do it here in Chiang Mai. I've only been up there once before down that street where all the pubs and massage places are. I went to 7-Eleven before they locked the fridges and bought a can of Smirnoff sitting in there. I might have that tonight. But yeah, I don't drink. I'll have one Chang beer and I'm tipsy. So it's going to be just a glass of Coke or a glass of water, one beer, and then maybe 3 or 4 lady drinks, okay, before, we'll see where the night goes. Hey, we'll see. But I don't know. Got any suggestions for some good pubs around here in Chiang Mai? Leave them down below in the comments, okay? And where the prettiest girls are, of course, where the prettiest girls are, eh? Anyway, we won't go into that. So, all right, guys. Well, we've been going for just over an hour. I'm going to finish up here. I'm going to go for a walk before I come back. I'm going to go for an hour's walk, and I'm going to go for a swim. Yakma saying, oh, you asked earlier. Sorry, I missed that comment. Any motorbike trips planned for me? I just got a new bike on Friday. Oh, good. Looking forward to exploring. Yeah, definitely. There's a few places I'd like to go and visit. There's a couple of waterfalls that I haven't been to yet. So we'll see. You drove from Chiang Mai to Pattaya in May. Oh, okay. Stopped overnight in Bangkok. Trip was quite easy. Yeah, that's cool. That's good. My friend who lives out at Korat, last year we drove, he has a car and we drove to Pattaya. It was quite a long drive actually, but yeah, It's okay. It's good roads. They're good roads, you know. So anyway, all right, guys. Where are we? There's my finish button. I'm glad this all worked out. We'll see what we do for next week. It'll be the same stream for the same time. We'll see. Maybe I'll have been out on Saturday night and I'll be hungover this morning. You know, maybe we'll do one out, a walking one again. We'll see. Or maybe we'll just, probably likely we'll do one like this. We'll talk about my night out. Okay? We'll see. All right, guys. Thanks all for watching. Please give us a thumbs up and comment below. And don't forget, if you'd like to support the channel, you can join. It only costs $5 Aussie a month to help support the channel. The other option is there's a PayPal link down in below. There's a Buy Me a Coffee link down there as well. If you want to go that way, that's really good. I really appreciate those who do buy me a coffee. It's really, really good. Thank you. You may go Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, all right. I'll message you, mate. I will. Thanks, Daz. And White Rabbit, cheers, mate. Thank you all for coming on. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday and Saturday if you're in another time zone. Yes. All right.